Podcast.
A collection of interviews, candid commentary, and general nonsense for the clinical research community.
Check us out at notetofilepodcast.com.
And now, without further ado, on to the show.
Hey guys, welcome to another Note to File. Denali, how's it going?
Good.
Good. We are in a, I don't even know what to call it, a small area.
The window though, which is nice.
Yeah, small area of the theater here at the Innovation Network gathering, which is cool. I mean, they have stuff going on like in every nook and cranny.
Well, not even. It's across the entire city of Westchester.
I was going to say it's also it's spread out, and it's been really great so far. Before we get to that, I do want to talk about something that happened over the weekend, which was a New York Times article that dropped that was about private equity's involvement in research ethics.
Nice, yeah, I saw that.
Specifically about...
They got pretty explicit.
Well, it was mostly seemed to be about WCG, a little bit about Advara.
Yeah.
And touching on, kind of what happens after private equity gets involved.
You know my feelings on that.
Yeah, I thought it was really fascinating. I haven't really seen that as many people talk about it as I thought might, but we are in the process of getting the author,
journalist, I think is what they're called.
Well, writing guy on the podcast. So hopefully next week sometime we'll be able to talk more about that. But I just thought it was interesting. If you haven't checked it out, go check out New York Times. I think it was Saturday that it came out.
October 4th is when it was published. I think it's interesting. I think this conversation's been going on for a while. And so I'm curious to talk to like why now, what specifically is coming up, why they're bringing it. So hopefully we'll find out more.
Well, interesting times, but let's talk about a little bit more about ING specifically. This is my third year.
Yeah, this is the third, because this is my third year as well.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought you'd gone to the first one for some reason.
No, so Laura, that first year, she was in charge of the dive team. So I think for those of you who aren't familiar with Innovation Network Gathering, it's a really unique format of a conference. So like there are main stage TEDx-style talks that happen, and then there's dive team breakouts, and there's also other breakouts this year too. They're doing like other
they've added
whale tanks and then navigator sessions where it's like breakouts into small groups. So I don't know how many people are in our dive team.
I want to say 10, 12
10
maybe?
or so. So there's like across the city of Westchester, there's all these small groups that are like focused on different things. So like ours is on representation in clinical trials, but there's how do sites and sponsors work together, how to reduce tech burden, and then there's the whale tanks, which is for startups.
And they're able to pitch to,
I
don't know, it's a little bit different than a Shark Tank.
So the concept Shark Tank is pitching your idea or startup idea to investors. This is pitching your idea to large, important customers or like whales. Right. So they call it a whale tank, which is, it's an interesting way to get some of those company ideas out there in front of like legitimate, large, a lot of them are pharma.
Sure.
Seem to be the customer, the judges for it. But anyway, so you break out into these small dive teams and like solve problems and solutions, and things come out of it. Like last year, there was a publication that was in the Yale School of Public Health and Medicine and Policy and something.
It's
long title, but things they do things out of it, right?
Yeah, they do try to make an effort to actually have some follow through, which it's challenging for everyone who's got day jobs, but even the dive team that
some of us like to collect those.
There was a white paper that was published in ACRP.
Was it? Okay. Yeah, I don't know where it was. It's one of those publications, but yeah. But anyway, first year, Laura was like, "Hey, come facilitate a dive team," and I was like, "Oof, okay." And then I ended up making my way to Westchester, which is adorable. But yeah,
nice.
And then
I would never come here for any other reason, but it's actually surprising how many people from pharma do live even in Westchester.
It's interesting. Yeah, there's some folks from Walgreens in the area. There's folks from Y Prime in the area. It seems to be, I guess it's close enough to the Boston area, and everything is kind of close in this area-ish. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So because the first year you did that talk, which made a little cameo.
True. We'll call back
in Catherine Gregor's talk today.
Catherine.
Catherine Gregor. Yep. Apparently, people can't get her name right today.
Yeah, I think I heard
Well,
McGregor.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's make up a new name now.
That one.
Yeah.
Christine McGregor. It's her new name. Hopefully she's watching this. But.
No, she's probably in her dive team doing something important that we should be doing.
It's true. You know, it turns out that representation is a really hard thing to solve in an hour and a half in clinical research.
Who would have thought?
But I mean, frankly, though, I mean, that's what's kind of fun about the dive teams. Like, I mean, you know, the first year I was like, this is going to be terrible. I don't want to do this. It's work. But
And then you had such a wonderful facilitator.
Right, of course. But I mean, you do get to actually hear, because it's diverse groups from different parts of the industry with different levels of experience. So it's actually pretty cool because you also have to get kind of in the weeds, which obviously can be both maddeningly frustrating, but it can also be really rewarding. You do actually get to, I don't know, it's nice because you get different perspectives you wouldn't normally have time to hear.
One of the things too, because like even this year we have vendors,
Mhm.
we have sites,
Mhm.
we have sponsors,
Mhm.
we have just like more
Payment provider, vendor,
like a pretty different
Mhm.
one, like random, research organization,
Mhm.
policy groups. So really you're getting a lot of different perspectives talking about the same issue, which
Mhm.
a lot of times I think we end up in like little echo chambers of like sites talking to
Yeah,
sites,
for sure.
sponsors talking to sponsors, vendors talking to vendors.
I mean, everybody kind of agrees at this point. It's the only way things are going to get done is by there being cross collaboration,
Yeah.
right? I mean, no one group can solve, I mean, frankly, hardly any problem. So
If we can do it together, that's the question.
well, I mean, that's still, jury's still out as far as that's concerned, but I feel like it's at least somewhat more likely to be the case. And then there were, I don't know how many main stage talks have there been, maybe 8 or so.
I think that sounds about right. And it's like the production quality on this is wild compared to some other conferences I go to.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail that goes into the talks. I mean, you can see them on YouTube and how well produced they are, and not just well produced, but
Planned and prepped.
Jeff and Michelle. I mean, they go to great lengths to make sure. Something Jeff Silly said that I think I never really thought about, but I appreciate is like, you owe the audience, like they're there to watch you. They've spent money and time to be there, so you owe it to them to actually deliver on like a good, engaging talk. So I think that's definitely something that carries through everyone.
What does that say about our podcast?
Well, nobody pays us to do this.
Fair. So that's fair. Good
all
point.
we do is waste your time, but not your money. Yet.
Yeah, time is money.
Fair. What's been your favorite?
So I was thinking about this. I knew you were going to ask. I don't know. I don't know, man. I struggled. The song was there's a presenter who did a session around like practice and being able to practice, first patient in and using all systems. And her example was a song. Mm-hmm. And so like, you can't just like practice and like know how to sing a song right away. You have to kind of practice and work through it a couple times before you get together. And she made the audience all sing a song together. She played the guitar. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm generally a sucker for that. Like, I know sometimes it can be kind of cheesy to do stuff like that, like little gimmicks, but I liked it.
I mean, it definitely got the point across. I think it's something a lot of people have brought up. Like, you get all these systems and you can't, there's no like sandbox environment. I think patient -1 is how she refers to it. Her name is Kay. I'm going to mess up her last name, but Dorian. I think it's Doirln. Either way,
I'm clearly really good at names. So.
She's been around in the site space for a long time. I'm sure if you wait around, it'll be on YouTube at some point. But I think it's definitely a perfect example of like, you don't expect a band to come together and just play a song perfectly the first time. Yeah, you got to practice. But sites don't get the opportunity to practice. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool and a very nice way of getting that point across.
What was your favorite session?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I did like some of the points that Catherine Gregor made in hers about, site burdens almost just become like an excuse for things to progress, and not not even like the site's fault.
I was going to say, who's using the excuse? Is it sites saying we're too burdened, or is it someone else projecting to say, oh, we can't do that because it's too much of a burden?
Yeah,
for the
I mean,
sites?
I think that's really interesting. And certainly there are sites that are like, oh, we got too much. And that's not wrong. It's the same thing I've said. Like, it's not that we have too much. It's the stuff that we have is not real good. If it was good, I'd be like, give me more of it. But I mean, I've asked questions like, hey, why aren't you doing this? And be like, oh, no, sites don't want that. I mean, no, I'm literally a site telling you that I want you to do this. Yeah. So I think sometimes it comes from above, you know?
I mean, I've had situations from the vendor side where we wanted to work directly with the sites. And it was a CRO. So it was a CRO and sponsor we were working with, but we wanted to connect directly with the sites because they were the users. Sure. So we needed to have the conversation. And we were essentially told, like, no, the sites already have too much on their plate. You can't go talk to them. And I do get, like, you don't want, like, every single vendor reaching out and it becoming this overwhelming. So, like, that was in, like, you can rationalize it, right? Yeah, like, you don't want every single vendor coming across and saying, hey, talk to me. I'm going to help you use this. This is how it's going to work. Because, like, if you have 6 to 10 systems for each protocol, you can't have however many vendors just bombarding you. However, it seemed a little bit, and I get the thought process, but I was like, I don't think that's right.
Well, I mean, we need someone to talk to.
Well,
and, like,
right.
Oftentimes, like, it's your CRA at the site level.
But
and,
they don't know.
No, they don't.
Like,
and
from a vendor side, they don't know how to use it.
Hard enough jobs. They don't know how to also use any diary or also how to necessarily use any of the other systems in particular. So yeah, I think it's still a gap that we have. And I wish it wasn't. And again, there's probably other reasons that everyone wants to keep everybody, like, apart from each other. I think that's something.
You can't know my sites. Yeah, it's
something one of the dive teams is, I think, talking about too. Is silos, like all the silos that we have across the industry.
Well, I mean, there was that. Again, I'm fucking awful with names. There was a guy talked yesterday about, like, the competitiveness between sponsors. He's from a CSL. He's like, I'm a manager, and he's like, we think that, like, sponsors think we have to be competitive about our sites and secretive about our sites, and, like, yeah, again, this is not what I'm good at. But it was like that concept of, like, we don't need to be competitive, and I think that's true, frankly, for even vendors. I mean, we talked about this as well. Like, why can't we be more collaborative? Because that's how we're going to solve these problems, is by coming together. And it's not going to be one site and one sponsor and one vendor that fix it. It's going to be multiple vendors, multiple sponsors, multiple sites saying, like, hey, this is for the collective greater good. We need to fix this.
And, you know, I think we've seen sites start to become more collaborative and less competitive. So hopefully,
have sites ever really been really competitive?
I feel like they were at least more, not competitive, but less likely to share.
Why?
I don't know.
That one makes no sense to me.
Like I said, I got kicked out of SCRS when I first joined it eight or so years ago because I was like, let's share study leads. Like, no, you can't do that. And someone was like, how do I know you're not going to take study leads? I'm like, what? You're, like, in another part of the country. Like, I don't even understand. So,
that's what happens when you're VC backed.
Well, we can go into that. But anyway, nonetheless, I feel like it's gotten more generally collaborative on that end. And again, I have no idea how sponsors work or pharma works. I mean, in my mind, it seems like it's always going to be.
I mean, there's some level of, like, IP.
But it doesn't have to be from the research side.
Well, again, it's like, then it gets into, like, Me Too molecules or, like, slight modifications where, like, you need to get it to market faster. If there's, like, it's like, unless it's the groundbreaking piece, you're going for, like, a slight iteration or another thing. Like, there is an element of, like, we have this molecule A and molecule B is also being tested somewhere else. Like, we need to hit the market first. So there's some of, like, that competitiveness in the R&D side, but again, it all comes back to the commercial, like, driving to commercial.
Yeah, fair.
Our healthcare system is powered by money, and it's fucked. Long story short.
It's all good. Everything's slowly getting worse. Yeah. Okay.
And then what else? I mean, then there was, like, the social things. They had, like, I don't even know where that was. It was, like, some historic mansion, the dinner last night, like a ballroom and a lawn and a swing.
Yeah, it's good. I like they tried to do one thing. Well, the first night there were several, like, meetups around, but then, you know, they kind of keep everybody together, and they can because it's not a big.
How many people are there here?
I think there were like 130 something.
That was the first year. There's like 250 or something here.
No, really?
I think so. That's what they're saying.
All right, I'm gonna count everyone, and I'll get back to you. I'm sure Jeff can tell us how many people are here. I thought they were still, like, in the in the hundreds, but maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. I don't know. I thought I heard 250.
It's definitely gotten much fuller in terms of like, you know, it's in a nice like older theater, but it's getting hard to find places to sit now.
I think Jeff was saying that this is going to be, they're going to outgrow this next year.
I could see that.
But again, it's part of the charm of this. So it'll be interesting to see how this progresses, because part of the charm is that it's small enough, and you can, I mean, there were like 10 dive teams the first year.
Yeah.
And that was it, right? Like it was small, but like you're in downtown Westchester, you're walking around. Like yesterday, they send you out to lunches. So you're sitting like go to some small, cute little restaurant in downtown Westchester and eat with people instead of like having a shitty catered lunch. So I think it's interesting. I mean, again, that format's only workable if you are small enough.
Yeah.
And so it's the balance of like, how do you maintain the feel, the vibe?
Hopefully they keep that. I mean, I think that's what's unique and valuable about it. Because again, you could go through the thing last night and you could stop and talk. Conceivably, you could stop and talk to just about everybody there.
The thing I like about it is also like the people who are here are like people you actually want to stop and talk to.
It's pretty like it's not like exclusive, I wouldn't say, but it's curated.
You have to be nominated, so it's not just like some random, I don't know, someone who doesn't give a fuck about what they're doing, which is nice, right? Like you have people who care enough to be nominated and fill out a form, and it's not just like, here's my booth registration, I get 8 free registrants, and I'm sending an SDRs to go, and who's trying to pitch me and sell me something.
I was gonna say, and that is what's nice, is I feel like there's really you're not being sold.
Well, because there is no exhibit hall. There's
no
yes, there's sponsors, but there's no exhibit hall that you're walking around, and no marketing swag and just ridiculous things. So that is actually quite refreshing.
It truly is. So.
I mean, every other conference I know has at least some vendor exhibit.
And this has sponsors, but there's no, again, you're not having to walk by people
like, hey, Penn,
hey,
would you like some socks? Here. Right. No, I don't want your fucking socks.
Stop trying to give me things. I have to pack into a bag somewhere.
Or that are going to be left in my hotel room and or donated to Goodwill immediately.
There you go. Yeah, so we've still got half the day left. I know there's the dive team presentation. So at the end, everybody has to present whatever they came up with, whether that be like a business idea, a paper, a solution.
Well, apparently there's going to be some type of twist this year. We have a creative person to help. So we're missing that right now. We'll have to go see what it is.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. And there's another section of main stage talks, I believe, as well. So
and we get to find out the whale tank winner.
That's right.
And they get a whale hat.
Quite a prize.
Quite a prize. I'm assuming there's more.
I'm sure there is.
I'm assuming there is more.
They like to have some fun with it. So
yeah, they do. And again, it's kind of like there is like the presentation and stuff like that. It's for fun. It's like there's an entertainment value to it, but not. Sometimes you go to these things and the entertainment value is cheesy.
I was gonna say there's a line. I don't always know where that line is, but
I feel like we really struggle with that line.
Being fun, being fun and being cringy at times. So it's
right. Walk that line, jump over the other side sometimes.
Well, it's okay to dance. I'm not gonna get it right every time. Okay. Well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it'll be interesting. We'll see what next year brings.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. Technically, I was on the steering committee this year. So
how many meetings did you go for that?
I mean, some.
Okay.
I went to some. If anything, I was doing more damage than probably good by being part of that steering committee. But either way, it's a great group, and
it is.
Always it's been my favorite conference to come to. So I don't know. That's all I got, really.
Yeah. See all the rest of the day, and then there's some evening stuff, and then what are we doing? I've been on the road too much. I don't even know what we're doing next week.
Yeah, we'll look and we'll update. I know we've got some guest books. We'll have to get it all figured out, and then
get our shit together.
I'm sure everyone is just waiting with bated breath. Exactly what we're doing on the file next week. So.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Anything else?
No.
All right. Thanks, guys. We will be back next week. Peace.
Thanks for listening to Note to File. We're committed to continuing to bring you independent and unfiltered coverage of the clinical trial industry.
We want to talk about what you want to hear. So if you have something on your mind, hit us up at notetofilepodcast.com.